irrigation, in particular in the state of Nebraska, it is essential. Is associated mostly to the crop production rather than the grazing for the cattle. The center pivot irrigation, mechanized irrigation, basically what tries to do is to reproduce rainfall. So it's the most natural way to address water demand for crops. And at the same time, it provides the best options to monitor and manage your systems without less labor intervention. So that's in a nutshell how it works. The water demand is not driven by the methodology of irrigation that you're using, but by the plant demand and the actual evapotranspiration needs. So that's what truly drives the demand of water. So it's not that we might believe that a type of irrigation methodology is driving higher demand in water. What is really important is the efficiency of that methodology. And with the technology that we use, the efficiency in the water use drives from 90 to 95%. So it's truly efficient. And also what is very important is that we are able to provide the right amount of water in the right moment, in the right spot, depending on the crop stages. All over the place. I mean, we can do basically adapt to the
small plants and big.
Correct. So it varies. I mean, we have solutions for any type of field. It doesn't matter how small it is. There is this belief that center pivot irrigation only applies for large fields, but it's not the case. I mean, we have several samples in Western Europe, for example, where field size are not so big that there is only one span. So let's say less than 20 hectares, 10, 15 hectares is still being center irrigated. And also at the same time, we have fields that are extremely large, of hundreds of hectares, in many cases, and we have solutions for any field size, as well as any crop. So I also want to always say that there is not an association between the crop and the methodology of irrigation. We have solutions to meet any crop. And I was sharing the other day with the audience that we have good examples of irrigating with center pivots crops like rice or permanent crops like citrus, for example. One of the great advantages of mechanized irrigation is that the maintenance is extremely little. You just need to make sure that you grease and check the oil levels of the gearboxes and drive trains, on a monthly or yearly basis. So there is no daily maintenance at all. It's very easy. You have remote, monitoring systems that help you to understand if that maintenance is needed. So that's a great advantage of the center pivot irrigation. I guess the main difference comes to the point that when you do the math on what is the total cost of ownership of irrigation method, you have to understand all the different parts, not only the investment upfront for the system itself. Those differences, going through that, the installation, the system itself, the maintenance, the labor costs associated to that, it comes down to the math that we have a great advantage versus, for example, subsurface drip irrigation. We have measured that through independent studies in various universities in the US, that it can go up to 62% lower than with subsurface drip irrigation. So it's great advantage. It's one of the hot points that we use, obviously, to make farmers understand that this is the best option for them to return on their investment, pretty quickly. Center pivot irrigation standpoint, Bulgaria is a super opportunity. Bulgaria has the ability to increase productivity very nicely, investing in this type of technology, and it's something that is not only in Nebraska. We are already here. We have business partners that are ready to assist any grower in the country. And as soon as those challenges in terms of getting the water close to the fields, we will be ready to step up and make sure that farmers take the right decisions when it comes to investing in irrigation.
Yeah.